home to accord her a decent burial. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Russell. Dida Russell.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to ask the PCS. One is about Kenyans registering themselves to the Kenyan embassy in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, a lot of problems we see emanating from different regions. I think Saudi Arabia comes worse. So for that reason, how much registration takes place? And secondly, we sign labor agreement with some of these countries. Why would they confiscate travel documents or passport from Kenyans if they are legally in those countries? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, let's take one more joyrider, the last one on this. Basil.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the CS. We have Kenyan children, Kenyan single mothers, whose exit visas for children are denied for bearing key children outside marriage. So what is the ministry doing to sort this particular issue, Mr. Speaker?
What is your question?
I'm talking of exit visas for children who are born outside marriage, detained in Saudi Arabia. So what is the ministry doing about this issue, Mr. Speaker?
Ferdinand, a child is a child whether parents are married or not. Isn't that the case? Yes.
Mr. Speaker,
I've already given to Ferdinand.
Mr. Speaker, I think our country is having a lot of problems, and very many of us have relatives, neighbors, what have you, who have run to the Middle East. Qatar, UAE, of course, and Saudi Arabia. I just want to find out whether the minister could have a program to be able to actually sensitize those who are going to these places before they leave, so that other than asking members of parliament, we may not be able to reach most of the people going to this Middle East, because we have so many Kenyans. I have a cousin of mine who left almost 8 years ago. I don't even know where she is, whether she's dead or alive. But we'll be able to have a program to be able to have people going to Middle East be sensitized on how to handle the situation in the Middle East. Thank you.
PCS, you can answer those.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to revisit the issue of the DNA. The DNA process is very personal, and the details you get out of it, you must make sure are not falling into the wrong hands. So one of the things, as we have done the samples, we take them there. They are given to the individuals in confidence, because sometimes the DNA could prove something else. And one of the issues why this process of DNA verification is very, very rigid with the Saudi government is that there's also worry that some people may be involved in child trafficking. So they are very rigorous in the sense that, and it means that they have had cases, not necessarily from Kenyans, but from other people who have claimed that those are their children, when in fact they may not be their children, and this has caused the challenge that we are facing as Kenya today. But I want to state that when I said moving to present documents, it is to the Kenyan embassy. If a Kenyan comes to a Kenyan embassy and says that I've lost my papers, there'll be no other conditionality. In fact, there's no conditionality at all. We'll start processing and verifying, because there are mechanisms to do so. So I just want to assure that The others will continue to sensitize that we are talking of them reporting to the Kenyan embassy and not to another embassy for them to get assistance. I also want to point out that we will look at the detail for the person from Shamahoho. We will follow up on that so that we can communicate to the House on that specific individual. I would also say the same. I think there was another person as well. There was somebody, Elizabeth Chausi. We are able to send funds to them for repatriation. Elizabeth Chausi. Now, I also, the Honorable Russo, you raised a very fundamental issue, that the frequency of concerns, of issues emanating from some of these areas. Indeed, it is a matter we have now taken very seriously because it's a pattern and we are engaging from a diplomatic angle to refine our engagement with them so that we can have a process, a stage where we have eliminated this kind of challenges that we are facing. Because some people have gone innocently to work and they find themselves in very awkward predicaments. We are also working very closely with law enforcement agencies. This is the DCI. We want to work also with the EACC and others, because some of the entities that have been luring Kenyans without the due process, without the due procedure, are some of those that have caused this kind of situation that we are facing, where Kenyans move in and they are not processed properly. For instance, the ministry has what you'd call pre-departure protocols to advise them on what to expect, as the Honorable Ferdinand Wanyonyi was saying, with their process to be sensitized before they leave. There are some who prefer not to go through the process, and they find their way there because there's no limitation legally to prevent a Kenyan from moving. If a Kenyan wishes to go somewhere and they don't announce it, there's nothing you can do about it. But it's all really a question of sensitizing them so that we can have less and less of this challenge. But I want to reemphasize that it is absolutely important because we want all our Kenyans to be safe. The issue of human trafficking, the issue of drugs, the issue of being taken and being inducted into slave labor, including the process of being hired to engage in cyber fraud. These are very real threats to our young people, and it is important that we communicate. There was an ambassador in Kenya who once said, actions have consequences. It is important for us to really remind our young people that their actions have consequences. We don't want to lose them. Thank you.
Alicia Odhiambo,
Thank you.
for GEM.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is, I think he's reading 46 of 2025, but he should read 36 of 2025, if we are to follow the chronology. Mr. Speaker, could the Cabinet Secretary, Roman 1, state the measures the government is taking to ensure that children born abroad to Kenyans are recognized as citizens? Roman 2, explain how the government is supporting the economic participation of Kenyan born in foreign countries, particularly in acquiring property, securing employment, and harnessing their skills and expertise for national development. Roman 3, state strategies in place to establish a streamlined integration process for Kenyan born abroad, granting them equal rights, legal protection, and access to national systems like other citizens. Thank you.
PCS.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to respond as follows, and you may note that some of the issues I raise have also been canvassed in the immediate question, but let me proceed as follows. Once again, I wish to state that Article 14.1, as read with Clause 30 of the 6th Schedule of the Constitution of Kenya, stipulates that a person is a citizen by birth if on the day of the person's birth, whether or not the person is born in Kenya, either the mother or father of the person is a citizen. This provision, as I said, outlines the principle of citizenship by parentage, thus granting automatic citizenship to children born abroad to Kenyan citizens. For them to obtain official documents like birth certificates, passport, national ID, parents are required to register their births with the government of Kenya. These documents are issued in most of the missions abroad where Kenyans can freely access them. And as we speak, applications are now done via the e-citizen platform and thus centralized. Additionally, the State Department for Diaspora Affairs carries out regular mobile consular services, outreach to take services to the diaspora in countries where we have high populations of Kenyans. The program takes a one government approach as it onboards government agencies to provide essential government services like the issuance of passports, IDs, birth certificates, certificates of good conduct, DNA sampling, among others, and we do it as a holistic approach. The second aspect of the question is how the government is supporting the economic participation of Kenyans abroad, particularly in acquiring property, securing employment, and contributing their skills and expertise to national development. Mr. Speaker, the government has implemented several initiatives to support the economic participation of Kenyans born abroad, recognizing the significant role in national development. These initiatives are many and varied, and they include, among others, first, it should be recognized that since independence, we never had the State Department of Diaspora Affairs. This is now in place, a department that is dedicated to facilitating and supporting Kenyans in the diaspora. This department has also launched the Kenya Diaspora Policy 2024, and in the policy, we articulate the government's commitment to engage with the Kenyan diaspora, aiming to integrate them into the national development agenda. It focuses on protecting their rights, engaging through partnerships, empowering them through job placements, and prospering them through investments. We have also developed a diaspora investment strategy, and this strategy aims at creating a framework that focuses on attracting diaspora investments, facilitating their engagement in Kenya's economic activities, and ensuring that their contributions are effectively integrated into our development plans. We have also been undertaking various diaspora investment promotions with Kenyans in different countries. We are also contemplating, Mr. Speaker, the issuing of a diaspora bond. The government is planning to launch a diaspora bond. This will enable Kenyans abroad to invest in priority projects back home in areas like infrastructure and housing. This conversation is going on with the Treasury and also with the institutions like MIGA of the World Bank. We have, Mr. Speaker, also broadened digital access to government services, and the government has digitized over 16,000 public services which are accessible via e-citizen platform. They include property registration and verification, business registration, tax return filing, and many more, which the diaspora can easily access and monitor their investments back home. There is also the aspect of dual citizenship. The government, in recognizing the importance of identity and investment, has made it easier to regain citizenship for Kenyans who lost citizenship after acquiring other nationalities. This has encouraged a greater economic participation. On matters of the global labor market, the department aims at enhancing employment opportunities for Kenyans abroad while safeguarding their rights and welfare. It also aims at aligning the skills of Kenyan workers with global labor market demands, ensuring that they meet international standards. The approach not only creates employment, but leverages the diaspora contribution to Kenya's socioeconomic growth by fostering knowledge, skills, and technology. We are creating the creation of the Diaspora Placement Agency, created in 2023, to focus on supporting Kenyans seeking jobs out there. We are also engaging in a diaspora exchange program, which offers short-term assignments for diaspora professionals in Kenya, technical and vocational education training institutions, and it focuses on transferring digital skills in areas like software development and data science. We also have the Konza Technopolis, and it contributes to skills and expertise in this area. Mr. Speaker, we've been going to an area where we even have the nomadic visas to allow Kenyans working even in different areas to be able to work from different countries and earn a living. Finally, what are the strategies in place to establish a streamlined integration process for Kenyans born abroad, guaranteeing them equal rights, legal protection, and access to national systems like other citizens? Mr. Speaker, we have reviewed the diaspora policy for 2024, and in the policy framework, we want to guarantee the protection of welfare and rights and continuous engagement and empowerment of Kenyans in the diaspora to realize their prosperity. This is in line with the government's constitutional mandate to protect citizens, whether within Kenya or abroad. The dual citizenship aspect, which I've already talked to. There's also continuous inclusive national engagement. We have more or less made it a tradition now that whenever we have state visits or critical visits from Kenyan government officials, we encourage diaspora engagements by Kenyans as they go out. We are also working on career and economic integration.